Welcome to part 1 of 5 for the series on the Active Directory Project 2.0. The goal of this project is to create an Active Directory environment and integrate Splunk, Slack, and Shuffle so we can automate responsive actions. I am positive that this project will impress some hiring managers during an interview. And just like the other project series, I am also sure that you will experience some errors while going through the motions. And if that happens, I would highly encourage you to try and build up your troubleshooting and researching skills. For part 1 of the series, we will be focusing on creating our diagram and mapping out how we want to build out our lab logically. I will be, again, using the Vultr Cloud platform, and as a reminder, you can sign up for a $300 credit, which is more than enough to complete this project. But do note that this is only applicable for new users and you must have a valid credit card. You can use any other cloud provider that allows you to spin up Windows machines, such as Microsoft Azure. Or you can do this on-prem on your laptop or desktop, but additional configurations will be needed, such as port forwarding or using ngrok, and that unfortunately is out of scope. But in the future, I will be sure to create something to show you how you can do this on-prem. To create our diagram, I will be using a site called draw.io as it is free to use and quick to access. But there is one thing I want you to keep in mind, and that is that these diagrams, they don't need to be pretty. Now down the road, you can definitely make it look pretty, especially if you are presenting this to a client. But if this is just a lab environment, I would much rather you focus on actually doing the work rather than spending hours making it look visually appealing. Before we jump into the project, if you're an aspiring SOC analyst and you want a one-stop shop to learn the skills required to become an amazing SOC analyst, I do have a course called the MyDFIR SOC Analyst course, where I will walk you through on how you can investigate suspicious activity. And you also get to complete 5 exclusive SOC projects that I only provide in that course, and many more. You can find more information down below. With that being said, let's get right into it. All right, to get started, you want to head over to draw.io, and then you'll get presented with this screen. Just go ahead and select Decide Later. If this is your first time using draw.io, it is pretty easy to use. On the left-hand side, we can search for shapes. So for example, if I wanted to search for, let's say, an internet icon or even a server, this is where I would do it. On the right, that is where we can do a little bit more customization. For example, we have the diagram and we have the style as well. For this particular project, we are going to be creating 3 virtual machines up in the cloud using Vultr. So let me go ahead and search up servers. And I'll just use the first icon that I see here. Go ahead and double click it to name it. I am going to name this as domain controller. And we are going to install Windows Server on this particular server. And I will create a domain called MyDFIR.local. This right here is our first server. Now we can create another one, which is going to act as our Splunk server. Let's type in Splunk. And we are going to be building this on a Ubuntu server. If we select an icon, we do have the option to color it, and this can be done on the top right-hand corner. We can choose from any of these colors here, or if you have a particular color in mind, you can simply click on the black shade here and then select your color of choice. Now for me, I am going to color Splunk. Let's do dark green. That looks pretty nice. But you might have noticed that my text is no longer there. Well, it's actually there, but the font color is white. To change this, all we need to do is click on the text tab, and then under my font color, it is currently set to white. I'm going to click on that and click on black. Hit apply, and now our Splunk Ubuntu server is back. Now I did say that we are going to be using 3 virtual machines, so let's do another one. And I will color this, let's say light blue. Double click it to add a text. This is going to be our test machine. Now our font color is white, although why does it say black here? You know what, let me just go ahead and click on the icon and select text. Change the font color to black. Here you go. This is test machine, and it is going to be running Windows Server with the domain of MyDFIR.local. Nice. This is starting to look pretty good. The next thing that I'll add in is the attacking machine. So these are just essentially anybody out in the internet trying to authenticate towards our test machine. Because the plan here is that we are going to expose our test machine to the public. so that anybody can log into our machine if they have the right password. At the top left-hand corner, I'm going to type in, let's do computer, and let's select, let's do that. But I am not going to keep this color. Instead, I am going to change it to, let's change it to red. Beautiful. Let me expand this just a bit, and let's name this as attacker machine. Since our 3 servers are hosted up in the cloud, I am going to create a container, which is on the left-hand side. Under general, there is something called a vertical container. Select that, and let's put all of our virtual machines within that container, just like that. I'll rename this as Vulture, and let's put in a parenthesis and say virtual machines. You know what? Let's have some more playroom. So I'm just going to expand this quite a bit. I'll move my Splunk server right here, test machine down a bit, and the domain controller as well. Sweet. Let's go ahead and connect our domain controller over to our Splunk Ubuntu server. And you might notice that the lines are quite stiff. So what I'm going to do is just select it. And on the right-hand side, we could actually change the line. So I'm going to select straight. Now it's just a straight line. For the line color, I am going to change this to purple. You can color it anything you want, but essentially this purple line is going to act as my telemetry. And I don't like this solid line. Instead, I am going to click on the drop down, and let's do a dash line right here, which is the second one. Perfect. Now let's do the same for our test machine, because we are going to be sending telemetry up to our Splunk server. Change the line to straight, change it to a dash line, and color it purple. Double click the line, and let's type in telemetry. Now, if I'm playing this out in my head, I'm picturing that the attacker machine will perform a authentication over to our test machine, and this will be a successful authentication. And once the attacker successfully authenticates to our test machine, the telemetry will be sent over to our Splunk server, and then our Splunk will generate an alert. So I'm going to scroll right just a bit, and let's search up for a cloud icon, because this is going to act as our Slack. And let's add in another one, and this will be our Shuffle, which is our SOAR platform. Now I am going to color Slack, let's do light purple, and Shuffle I am going to do light orange. So what's going to happen here is that our Splunk server is going to send an alert notification over to Slack, and let's type in alert notification. Let's move this a bit. There you go. And it is also going to send a webhook over to our Shuffle platform, which will essentially trigger our playbook. I'm going to change the line to straight, and let's say trigger playbook. Now, what exactly is our playbook going to do? Well, let's go ahead and select a list icon on the left-hand side, and I'll just drag this at the bottom. So this is going to be our successful unauthorized login playbook. And this playbook is going to send an email to SOC Analyst asking if they want to disable the user. Okay, let me go ahead and expand this a bit. There you go. That's a lot better. So it will send an email to the SOC Analyst asking if they want to disable the user. If the SOC Analyst says yes, disable domain account. If the SOC Analyst says no, then do nothing. And now that I think about it, for those that want a challenge, let's type in challenge. Perhaps you can first enrich any of the public source IPs, and then depending on its reputation, you can then disable the account. And this is going to be something optional, just another challenge that you can do to add on to this playbook. Now that we have that, let's diagram that out. So this playbook will then trigger, and it will send an email to a SOC Analyst. Let's search up person. Let's choose the second one, which is the user. And I am going to color the user, let's do blue. Drag this up here. Go ahead and double click that, and I'll type in SOC Analyst. And you might notice that the text is in the middle. To put this at the bottom, we can just click on the icon, head over to text, and under position, it is currently set to center. So we click on the drop down, we can click on bottom, and change our font color to black. And now our SOC Analyst is at the bottom. I am going to create an arrow and connect it over to our SOC Analyst. And let's type in email notification. Scroll to the right a bit. And what did our playbook say? If yes, disable domain account. Okay, I will create a line and let's add in a diamond. This is going to say yes. Move that over a bit. Double click on the line. Disable user if yes, and then let's do another one for no. So I can select the icon, right click, and duplicate. And then this is going to be no. Let's do another link over to that. Change the line to straight. And let's do the same thing. Disable user. And you know what? Let's color this. Color this red. And this will be green. Now, once the SOC Analyst disables the user, it will then instruct shuffle. So let's go ahead and connect another arrow to shuffle. Now, I don't like how this looks, so I am going to select and hold one of these blue circles and drag it up. Notice how the arrow changes. Let's do the same for the other ones. That way it aligns. Nice. Let's color this one. You know what? I do like green, so let's do light green. And I am going to do another dash line. And then I'm going to say, move on to next step. Scrolling to the left, once shuffle is instructed to move on to the next step, it will then instruct the domain controller to disable the domain user. Let's add another arrow and connect it over to the domain controller. Similar to what we did earlier, I am going to click and hold on to the blue circle and let's drag it up. Change this color to green. Let's put a dashed line. And I'll say disable domain user. Once the domain controller disables the user, Shuffle would then send a notification onto Slack. Let's move this a bit here. Okay, now the arrows are all messed up. I'll just change this to straight. What if I move Slack? That should be okay. Shuffle will then send a notification over to Slack saying account, and then let's put in the account name, has been disabled. I think that's it. Let me go ahead and exit that out. Oh, right here. If the SOC analyst says no, let me add in a rectangle. I'll say do nothing. And I think that's about it. We have our 3 virtual machines under Vultr, and there is an attacker machine who is essentially out in the internet scanning our machines, and if they find our test machine and have the correct credentials, they can successfully authenticate. Once that authentication happens, it then generates a Splunk alert because we are sending telemetry from our Windows machine over to our Splunk. Splunk will then send a notification over to Slack indicating that, hey, something happened, and it will also trigger a playbook that we created in Shuffle. This particular playbook is going to send an email notification to our SOC analyst asking if they want to disable the user. If the SOC analyst says no, then we'll do nothing. But if the analyst says yes, it will then instruct Shuffle to move on to the next step, which is then instructing the domain controller to disable the domain user. Once the domain user has been disabled, Shuffle will then send a notification to Slack saying that the account with the account name has been disabled. This is going to be pretty fun to build out. The last thing to do here is save out our diagram by clicking on File and Save. We can save this diagram as MyDFIR AD Project 2. And because I don't want to save it under Google Drive, I'll just click on the drop-down and click on Download. This way I can download it onto my machine. Now that we have a diagram ready to go, we will reference this going forward. In this project series, I will be creating a total of 3 virtual machines up in the cloud. 1 for Splunk, 1 for Active Directory, and 1 for our test machine. As for the SOC Analyst laptop, I will be using a virtual machine hosted on my physical laptop. In part 2, we will go over how to set up our virtual machines in the cloud, so we can get ready for the exciting stuff later on. That is it for the video, and I hope that you found that informative. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.